should the 49ers let Deebo Samuel play out his rookie contract? As in, dude, you're under contract this year. I don't know what you want. I don't care what you want. You need to prove it again. And if you do, we'll pay you whatever you want. And if you're upset and you want to leave, we'll freaking franchise tag you. You have no leverage here. You're going to play for us whether you're happy or not. Basically, say, we don't care if you like us. You want to play in spite of us, whatever. You want to get paid. You need to play football at a really high level. So do it for us and do it in spite of us. Don't talk to people. Don't talk to Kyle every day, whatever. Who cares? Be a professional. They could do that. And, I've been advocating that for months that, I don't really know about. I mean, they use him as a running back. He's had an injury history. Is that how you feel?
I got to look at this one from both sides because it's a confusing issue for me. I see it both from Deebo's perspective and from the team perspective. So when I look at it, I got to go pros and cons on this one. So what are the pros of letting Deebo play out the last year of his deal? I mean, obviously, it is to see if he can put together back-to-back successful seasons.
You get more data. So you get to you get to be more confident in your decision whenever you
just want to know, can he stay healthy for another season? Can his body withstand another year of usage in the way he was used in 2021? Was that an anomaly, right? I mean, you had Chris Johnson with his 2K season. What did he do the next year? Typically after these monumental seasons that take a significant toll on athletes' bodies, there's usually a bounce back year.
Plus, Deebo just went 3 games in the playoffs where he was like getting 14 touches a game.
Yes. And was like each one of those games, there was a play where Deebo was down on the ground and it looked like there was no way he was getting up. True. And then like Rocky Balboa, he rises up, right?
But it was like Hulk Hogan. It was like, boom, boom. Yeah, he's back. Yes.
But I mean, those were real. It wasn't WWE. He was not posturing.
No.
Those were legit injuries, right? So you got to wonder what that toll is on him.
So close to the bag. Got to get the bag. So close to the bag. Got to get the bag. Yeah. Sorry.
Driven. But then play out the other side of that pro, right? So what if you do get more data and he balls out again? And now you
and you feel great about paying whatever he wants.
Yeah. No, that's true. Because now you feel more secure in it.
You just made the price go up and you played yourself like you just did. So here, I think I have a new solution. Someone alluded to it earlier. I think I'm now in team pay Deebo, but I think it's how you structure it.
Yeah.
You could front load it for Deebo. Usually the Niners backload deals. Right?
They do.
Like with Kittle, Armstead, I think you could backload it with Bosa. Bosa's younger. Deebo, you're worried about longevity, right? He's 26 now. He plays running back now. Front load the deal. Give him a 4-year deal or whatever, but basically he gets a ton of guaranteed money the first 2 years. It's a lot of money. And then after that, you can get out. But the allure for him is you get a ton of money up front and you potentially get to hit free agency again in your 20s.
Right.
And then the reason the Niners can do this when they never do contracts like this is because of Trey Lance. Their quarterback is cheap, relatively speaking, for the next 2 years.
Yes.
So Deebo can be outrageously expensive and you can do something that you feel like Parag feels wrong and dirty. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And then in 3 years, when Trey Lance actually becomes, more expensive, or you go to another quarterback, then you can work it out with Deebo Samuel. You can cross that bridge when you get to him. But I think this is a good solution to make everyone happy. You don't want Deebo Samuel to be playing ups to be mad. You want him happy. He's your best player. You want to reward him. So I'm thinking a front-loaded deal that gives him guaranteed money the first 2 years.
I like that because to some degree you're mitigating risk in that strategy. You are exposing yourself to the idea that anytime you have a team out in a contract, it's also a hinge point for a player to be like, nope, this is the point where I start to hold out again and say that I want more money because he got the big money early in the contract. But to your point, like at that point, if he has played well for another couple of years, you feel good about giving him more money.
Absolutely. But I think like this is a nice way to handle it now. Like you don't have to go year to year. You don't have to go to the franchise tag. You don't have to create an enemy. You can be like, look, let's get, what do you want? $30 million a year? Here's $60 million guaranteed the next 2 years. And we can afford that because Jimmy's leaving.
Right.
And not only are we going to get the cap space, but we're going to probably, hopefully, cut him and roll the money over. We can afford it. We can freaking afford it. We'll pay you that. And then maybe in a couple of years, we won't be able to afford it. And you'll be 29 at that point. We'll reconsider. But
we'll
see, I think I think everyone should be happy with this.
Historically, everyone's looking at the Bosa and the Deebo deals as well. The Niners could fit them under the cap right now without cutting Jimmy Garoppolo, because historically the Niners have kept that first year cap figure about the same. Sometimes they've even lowered it, like in the Fred Warner deal. I believe they lowered it by a couple of dollars, and they could do the same with Deebo. This is flipping the script on that, right? This is taking advantage of the fact that you do have $25 million that you need to get off of the books and reallocating that in a way that does benefit the team and gives them greater flexibility in the future. Plus, when I go to spin
you're not
the
betting
cons,
long-term on Deebo. You're not betting long-term on
No.
Deebo. I'm not. I
You're
have
betting
no idea what
short-term.
he's going to look like when he's 30 years old. I want him at 26, 27, 28. I want that.
Yeah, those are the years you want to lock down.
26 and 27. I want 26 and 27. We'll talk about 28 when we get there.
Yeah, when we're at 28, let's see what he looks like, because maybe you want him for another 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he's Jerry Rice, or maybe he's just the next running back who breaks down. I mean, you don't know. It depends on how they use him too.
Yeah. I have to go pay Deebo as well on this one, because when I look at the cons, I look at the fact that if you play hardball with Deebo this season, I think there's a very, he seems as if he has an ego. I'm not criticizing him for it. I think ego can be a beneficiary when you're a top level athlete. It's what drives you to be as great as you are, right? Yes. I mean, Grant, some might say you have yourself an ego, right?
An ego. A healthy ego.
Healthy
ego. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one believes in you, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
You got to be your own biggest fan.
Wright didn't have an ego, and it was Bill Walsh's job to enhance the ego, pump up the ego. He
massage
wanted him
the
to have
ego.
that ego. You're the best, Jerry. You're the best. You're the best.
The greatest.
Yeah. You're the greatest.
To me, if you play hardball with Deebo, I think you're looking at a situation where he may never sign another contract. You may have to go the nuclear option. It's probably poor taste to say the nuclear option when we're as close to nuclear war as we've been since the Cuban Missile Crisis, but we all tune that out. So let's say it's the nuclear option, because then you may have to franchise tag him, and it just gets really contentious. And I don't think that you want to have that type of a situation with someone that you're counting on to be so productive within your offense. To me, when I look at it, the cons outweigh the pros. The pros outweigh the cons. The cons are too heavy. The consequences of playing hardball with Deebo are too heavy. And so to me, you got to try and get that deal done.
Yeah. He wants a lot of money. Okay. Let's do it in a way that works for us. And this is a short-term deal. That could work for you too, Deebo. You can get another big payday. Let's just go. Let me give you a ton of money the next 2 years. Let me give you a ton of money the next 2 years. Is that happy? Does that make you happy? This probably make him happy. You don't want to be with us 6 years. You don't want to lock yourself in long term. You want to be a bachelor in 3 years. You want to play the field. Come on.
This may be, Grant, this may be your greatest quality control idea yet.
Thank you. I mean, the Niners at some point have to take advantage of this rookie contract thing. They haven't done it yet. This must. This is a way.
This is it.
This is a way.
This is the way.
Yeah.
And if the 49ers take this approach, you will know assuredly that they're listening, because this is so contrary to what they do.
Look, it's been 2 years doing quality control. I finally stumbled across a good idea. I would hope that they would use it, or at least be listening. At least have taken the note down.
It's brilliant.
Thank you. J-Rod says he's going to talk more about Lance. Sorry, Mom.
Mama.
Your mom says it's okay. Leo says Devontae had Rodgers, Cup had Stafford, Hill had Mahomes, Diggs had Allen. Can't compare numbers. He'd have 2K all-purpose with a top-shelf quarterback. That's probably true. I mean, that's probably true. If the Niners want to wait a little bit longer, Deebo Samuel might be worth $50 million next year. We have no idea where this – because, like, the edge rusher market has been steadily going like this for a long time.
Right.
Wide receivers is like, what is going on?
It's like crypto. Wide receivers are crypto.
It's pretty much crypto. That's a good point. That's a great analogy. Zach says a disgruntled rookie deal, Deebo still plus Jimmy still here, God forbid, equals locker room yikes. Not too certain he'd want to play without getting the bag. That's why you wrote that 5 minutes ago, but that's why I have floated this idea that I think should work. But again, the Niners have to get rid of Jimmy eventually.
If the Niners had successfully handled the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, they would have greater reserves with the fan base. The fan base would be more patient with this Deebo deal. The fact that they flubbed the Jimmy Garoppolo trade gives them less flexibility in this one. They have to hit a home run on one of the two here. To me, if they mess both up, revolt time.
The fact that they flubbed the Jimmy Garoppolo trade and the fact that they traded Buckner when they said he would be a 49er for a very long time just creates, I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah. That in combination with missing on Kinlaw. Yeah. Perfect storm. Yeah.
Sean Russell says, F Deebo. This could be their chance to get rid of Jimmy, make a team, take both of them, two birds, one stone, injury-prone diva crying on socials. This is the thing about football fans. Sean, I love you. They will always side with the team. They will always side with the team. And Deebo, you're playing. I know, like, everyone's like, hey, I think probably was the agent's idea. Take some stuff. Who knows? Take some stuff down. It's not even a big deal. You can deny it later. Fans will not like it, man. Like, you, as long as you're with the team, you're saint. Okay, you're in. As soon as you take yourself, make it seem like you care more about money than the team, a lot of fans will hate you.
Yeah.
Hate you, even though, like, it's a business. The team treats it as a business. You're supposed to treat it as a business, but fandom is strange. They will have your back. They will have your back until you take yourself out of the inner circle. Until
you try to cross the billionaires. And then they're like, no, sir. Yeah, I don't side with millionaires. I side with billionaires.
It's not about the team. Guy's not about the team. He's more about money than you just realized that everyone in this locker room is more about money than the team.
Yeah, the entire NFL.
Guys. This is not 1974. They're not in it for the love of the game. They're in it for the millions and millions of dollars. Most of them. Eric Crocker didn't make millions. And the love of the game. For the love of the game. And that's why I always am drawn to the undrafted free agents in the locker room. They are so relatable in one sense, but also not. They're normal people that grinded their way to the freaking NFL. Like, just think about what Eric Crocker did for a minute. Just think about that shit.
It's wild.
It's freaking wild. He actually did it. Like, it's like winning lottery, except he had to actually put in all the work, and it's quite amazing. And he's a normal guy. He's a podcaster who just, in my 20s, I worked my way to the Jets. The Jets signed me.
Yeah, no big deal.
I was in the AFL. I had like 11 picks in 1 year. That's what I did in my 20s. Like, wow. And I love people. Like, that's why the Ross Dwellys, the Nick Mullins, it's like, you're probably just going to be a normal dude from 30 on, but you just had this little time in your life where you're in the same locker room here and you're looking around, like I'm looking around like, damn, this is wild. This is crazy. Yeah. Like, it's kind of, I don't know what that interplay is, but it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Damian says, sub Grant, trade Kittle and Jimmy in a package to Carolina for 2 first and the second round. Kittle has a say in the team and his choice is obvious. Dude, I know, I'm with you, man. I was trying to say that, but they extended Kittle's contract. I guess that was their response to my idea. Let's have him here longer. He's the face of the team. They market the hell out of him.
He is. And they were up against the wall because they flubbed the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. They had to extend some of these contracts that otherwise maybe they don't.
I love that Deebo wants to be the highest paid. My summation that he should be traded is based on Parag and John, not Deebo. Yeah. Should. He could be traded. Again, this is going to come down to Kyle probably saying, look, I need my offense. But my big question here is, I could see Kyle saying, I need a great left tackle. Okay. I can't scheme up anything to help a left tackle. He either can do it or he can't. That's the best. Pay him. An offensive weapon, though? Do you really think you need him, Kyle? Or do you think your scheme is the real star? Because I think deep down he thinks his scheme's a real star, and that's where things could get weird.
Yeah. He thinks he can squeeze production out of Travis Benjamin. He thinks his scheme works.